USA's Camp Midnight, starring Dick Wilson. Tonight, join Dick and his guests from Not Necessarily the News, Annie Bloom, comedian Bobby Cosser, from Police Academy 6, Kenneth Mars, famed character actor Michael J. Pollard, sports memorabilia collector Harlan Werner, music from Colin James, as always, Scooter Peach and the band. And now, here's your host, Dick Wilson.
Good evening and welcome to Camp Midnight on the USA Network. I'm your host. Scooter, what's the deal?
I don't know, Dick.
Where is everybody?
You told me to start the show. You told everybody
Wait a minute. The place is empty.
What is it?
I knew this was going to happen to me. I set my watch here 45 seconds fast so that I'm never late for anything during the week. I forgot to reset it. All right. We'll do it again. We're back.
It's USA's Camp Midnight, starring Dick Wilson. Tonight, join Dick and his guests from Not Necessarily the News, Annie Bloom, comedian Bobby Cosser, from Police Academy 6, Kenneth Mars, famed character actor Michael J. Pollard, sports memorabilia collector Harlan Werner, music from Colin James, as always, Scooter Peach and the band. And now, here's your host, Dick Wilson.
Yeah, we got everything. This is more like it. This clock's working now. Welcome to Camp Midnight. Hey, we're glad you're with us, and we've got a great show lined up for you. You just heard a lot of great people on. Going to have some fun, so plan to spend a piece of your night with us, if you would, please. A part of our night that makes it fun, of course, is Scooter Peach and the band.
Thank you.
Scooter.
Good evening.
Well, good to see you.
Is it just me, or do you look especially dapper this evening, Mr. Wilson?
Well, I don't know. You know, I've worn the hip fab gear clothes in earlier shows. I thought I'd dress up kind of like they do on some of the other talk shows I've seen. So
you look good. You look real good. I like the tie.
I'd like to do one thing, though. If I could just confess something right off the bat, it's going to make me a lot easier for me to do this show. Right before the show started, we had a little snack, and I spilt something on my shirt right here. And if Brad, could you come in? I don't know if you can see this or not, but if I go ahead and confess this to you in the audience and you at home, I won't worry about covering it up all night. So right here, see that? See that right there? Okay, so let's not worry about that. Let's just get down to business. Scooter, it looks to me like my window is missing over here. My window is gone. My normal cup wall of styrofoam cups is missing. It has all of the signs of maybe the guys back in the technical booth having found a new button to push in there. And from what I understand, what they tell me is we're going to be doing some Chroma Key Technology tonight. Now, let me explain what this is. And as a matter of fact, I think they would appreciate it if you would ooh when I say that. Chroma Key Technology, all right? Let me explain what is going to happen. I'm going to be sitting here at the desk, and they're going to have a bunch of different kind of backdrops behind me throughout the entire show. You see, it's kind of technical and kind of difficult, but let me explain it to you. You see, okay, the wall is blue, and then I'm going to stand in front of it, and then the things are going to be behind, and I'm going to be, it's kind of like a video pizza, and I'm going to be the crust, and this will be the cheese, and okay, that'll be the crust, I'll be the cheese, our guest will be like the pepperoni, and it will make sense. Now, what happens technically is that me, by agreeing to do this, have sold my soul to the devil to be able to... Brad, I'm not able to explain this. Can you do it?
Dick, I'm not real sure how it works either. I'm going to give you to Frank, the technical director. He can explain it to you.
Frank? Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, Dick. It's a simple trick. We tell the camera not to see the blue. We insert another video picture in the back of it. I'll put up some car stairs and the Anna stand, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, thanks for explaining that. Let's try it once. Let's just test. All right. Okay. See, there's kind of some color bars there, yeah. And there's, oh, that's nice. I like, this is what you see all night, you know, when you're waking up at 3 in the morning. You see this on your TV. Hey, that's wonderful. So I don't feel threatened. Oh, okay. I've asked them to put nice things behind me so that it wouldn't take away from the Dick man here. But, so what we have is video wallpaper that's going to be showing, so that's very nice. So we'll just let that go behind me, and I feel kind of like, you know, very important having this done. Well, we've got a great show tonight. You know, we've got Annie Bloom from HBO, not necessarily the news, is with us. And, great comedian. Bobby Cosby is going to be along. Kenneth Mars is a funny guy. He's done everything in the world, and he's worked with Woody Allen, and he's done a lot of great funny things, and we'll be talking to him at some point. Michael J. Pollard is here from Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah. Oh, there's the thing from the start of our show. Yeah, hey. Yeah, this is nice. This gives the show a real good feel. I really do like this. Harlan Werner.
Dick, look out! Look out!
What is this? Wait a minute. Oh, my God. What? Listen, guys. Oh, okay. That's much better. Come on, now, I can't turn around and watch this, so don't play the jokes on me with the bad shots like that, okay? We've got, you know, one nice thing we do on this show, which I think is a lot nicer than a lot of the other shows, we feed our audience. Tonight we have selected Amber's Chicken Kitchens. Let me put this right here. And how about, I think...
Dick!
Okay. I wish you playing with my emotions here on this thing. All right. Amber's Chicken Kitchens. Let's give them a dial up. What do you think? Drumsticks for 200? I think it would be great. What else? Oh, how about some? Let's do some potato salad and you know what? Maybe some ambrosia would be great also.
Amber's Chicken, can I help you?
Yes. Who's this, please?
Ernie Grossblatt.
Ernie, you're one of the big guys there with Amber's, aren't you?
I've been called a lot of things.
We'd like to place an order if you don't mind, okay?
Well, that's sure. What would you like?
Let's have a couple hundred chicken drumsticks, some potato salad, and how about some ambrosia? Is that
right? Can
you take care of that over at the CampMidnite studios?
We'll be right over.
Ernie, you are a saint. Bring that over. We hear you serve up a mean chicken.
You'll love it.
All right, that's wonderful. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. All right. The food is on its way, and we've got somebody else that's on their way. I can't wait. Annie Bloom from HBO's Not Necessarily the News, coming up on CampMidnite. Welcome back to CampMidnite on the USA Network. You know, I wanted complete silence when I started this because this is my favorite part of our show, besides talking to the wonderful people we have here on the show, of course, and that is things that sound dirty but aren't. Now, since we've started this across America, many of you have thought about them in your heads, and we'll be giving you a chance to send in those to us in just a few minutes. And while we're using our Chroma Key technology, why not take a good comedy bit and make it a great comedy bit by enlarging our things that sound dirty to larger-than-life size over my shoulder, just like your favorite local newscaster. So I tell you what, the envelopes have been coming into us. We have selected some great ones. Our first entry comes from Laurie Trent of Troy, Michigan. She often refers to herself as a fiery she-demon who seduces the souls of men. But for short, her friends call her a succubus. Next, we have Mary Hughes of Severna Park, Maryland, recently visited the towering landscape that borders the states of Idaho and Montana, and she sent us this image of the Beaverhead Mountains. A lot of these little dirties hang out near each other, and just across the border there on Montana is another place that somebody will probably send us, and it's Big Hole, Montana, which is one that was in it. Our final not dirty despite the sound word comes from Ernie Boyce of Annandale, Virginia. Ernie is a master carpenter, and he has shared with us his favorite woodworking technique, tongue and groove. And I believe there's somebody putting the tongue in the groove right out in our audience right out here, aren't they, tonight? Yeah. There she is. Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, keep them coming to us, those things that sound dirty but aren't. Let me give you the address. That is Camp Midnight, Post Office Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978, or fax them to us if you like, 818-843-FAXS. That's wonderful. Okay, thank you for taking part of that. Okay. Well, my first guest tonight has recently completed her 6th season as Frosty Kimmelman, the off-center reporter on HBO's award-winning comedy series, Not Necessarily the News. I love it when this thing comes on. Please join me in welcoming the lovely and talented Annie Bloom.
Did I mic myself right here?
You did wonderful. Can you hear her? Can you hear her at home, Annie? Raise your hand at home if you can hear Annie.
Me back there?
Okay.
Oh, they can. I see them.
All right, they're good.
Listen,
Welcome.
you know what? Thank you. I thought of something.
What's that?
Words that sound dirty that aren't.
Uh-huh.
Well, they call you the Dick Man, don't they?
No, it's a little fine point here. Let me just get the rules on that real quick. That is something that sounds dirty and is what that is. But yeah,
I see.
Very
Okay.
good. You know, you're such a peppy, happy type that you must have been a cheerleader in high school.
Oh gosh, no.
Huh?
I wasn't. It was close though. It was close. I was the head of the drill team. And the drill team were called the Bermuda Girls. Yeah.
Ooh.
And there was 45 girls in bad Bermuda shorts, you know, with fringe, Roosevelt Rough Riders, and I marched sort of.
Are those the ones
that
carry strange things around, guns or flags or something like that?
Yes, guns, cap, pistols, yes. And we all marched in formation and shot them at the same time. It was like showbiz. But
where'd you grow up? What city did you grow up in?
this will be a big surprise. Fresno. Don't the Bermuda Girls just fit right in with that image?
What wonderful memories do you have of Fresno? If I was going to go there, what would I want to see?
You'd want to see raisins. You'd want to see very agricultural. You'd want to drink Gallo wine and eat sun-made raisins and.
I've not thought of ordering raisins and wine together, but let me try that next time.
And cotton for dessert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those are the three main.
It's a fun town, isn't it?
Well, you know, growing up there, I was a little bored, but you know, what happened was kind of cute, actually. I went back about a year ago on a publicity tour for Not Necessarily the News and to do a little teaching, and I got to go back to the high school where I was awarded the Best Actress of the Year, you know. Like,
the payoff.
Yeah. So I got to go back and tell my algebra teacher that she was wrong, even though I couldn't do algebra and still can't. I managed to make a living.
You were proof that no one needs algebra, right?
I don't think we need it.
I've seen no reason for it. Well, it doesn't take much algebra to find out, and this is a wonderful transition here, to find that you spent 6 years on a great comedy series, Not Necessarily the News.
Yeah.
What a funny thing it was.
It was a great show. We really enjoyed doing it. It was 6 years and a lot of fun and great cast members. And I was going through some tapes the other night, sort of, you know, putting together my favorite clips, because now that I'm unemployed and going out.
Do we need to explain this or what?
Oh, well, no. The show is over. Well, the show may continue in the spring with a new cast, but the original cast members are all off now trying to get...
I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we're going to get network this time, so you don't have to, like, try to find it.
All right, good.
And we're gonna make more money, see, so that you can come to our show and we'll give you, like, Chasen's dinner.
What? Hey, wait a minute. I want you to know, we had a little vote of the segment producers and myself, and we voted you the cutest on Not Necessarily the News, the cutest one. Now, Stuart Pankin, he was second. He ran a close second. But,
Stuart has taught me how to be funny and hold your stomach in at the same time. It's not easy.
You know, that show started out, I guess, you know, you're on HBO. It was on HBO. It must have been a lot of money to start out with.
Oh, tons of money, Dick. Tons of money.
Wait a minute. Are you being facetious?
I'm being a little facetious, yeah. Cable is known to be cheap is not the right word. Conservative with their budget, perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, I see this
Well,
happening right here.
Don't get a splinter on your desk. But see, I said, don't give me a good desk. Give me one I can get a splinter on.
Or spill things on and
yeah,
not
sure,
get in trouble.
and not be afraid of it.
We started at the very beginning. We didn't even have a place to change clothes. You know, after a while, we got a Winnebago that went around with us on location. And we used to call it Camp Winnie. You know, Camp Winnebago, kind of like Camp Midnight. But at the beginning, the first day of shooting, we're out in Sunland, which is this kind of rural area, you know, way out in the valley. There's a lot of rednecks and bikers and, someone's from Sunland. Nice people, but not the kind of people that you want to be in your convertible car trying to change costumes for the next sketch because there was no place to change except for the prop truck, you know. So the budget got better as we were on the air longer.
Yeah, well,
so in 6 years, you two can buy a shirt without a spot.
Really? Wonderful. That's great. That's good. Have somebody clean this thing.
You can have alternate wardrobe just in case you get a little Amber's chicken grease on your shirt.
I want to see a little, not necessarily the news.
Okay.
You brought something with you.
I brought a clip
what are we going to see?
I brought a clip that I like and that shows how we use real news footage or real footage and combine it with our own.
Okay, all right, let's take a look at that. Here we
Okay.
go. Annie Bloom, not necessarily the news, performing for us now.
37 votes.
Mr. Chairman, the great state of Iowa, the state that makes those little plastic, those little round plastic things that, you know, the things that keep the laces on your shoes from, you know what I mean.
Grommets!
No, not grommets. The other things on the laces. Aglets! Aglets, yes! The great state of Iowa that makes aglets.
Iowa makes them too!
Iowa passes.
You got a great style. How did this develop? You know, just the way, you know, you're hesitating.
Fresno, I guess.
Is that it? Unsure about everything, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what are you up to now? I understand you got a production company, and the name of it is?
The name of it is Rubber Chicken Productions.
Why?
Well, because we're developing comedy, and when all else fails, bring out a rubber chicken, you know?
Okay.
Or an amber chicken. No,
So what kind of, do you have some ideas you can share with us that other people won't steal while they're here?
Well, sorta. You look pretty trustworthy.
Sure.
My friend Stephen Roplat and I, this summer during the writer's strike, decided to write. You know how, like, because, well, no, we're not in the writing union, so it was okay. But you know when people say you can't write, like you can't do that, you go, I want to do that. So Stephen and I wrote a full-length play, and it was the first thing that was developed with Rubber Chicken Productions. And now we're developing sitcoms, game shows, and the most exciting thing is a feature film that we just completed the treatment, and we're waiting for the money to develop the script, and I know we're going to get it.
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah.
And, I know your little kitty cat at home will appreciate that. You have a little cat at home, don't you?
I have 3 cats.
Yeah. Do we have a minute? Could you toss her cat in for just a moment? Just bring her right in here.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Yeah.
She's not here in the flesh. What?
No. You know, Betty Bloom
No.
is the famous cat that I have at home. She makes videos and all.
Yeah.
But she got a better gig today.
Oh, well, okay. All
And
right.
she's like really, she's gotten really, you know, kind of trendy. So she sent her stand-in. This is Jill Bloom.
Oh, stunt cat.
Stunt cat Jill
All right,
Bloom, her
good.
double.
Annie, give our best to your cat. Good luck to you with Rubber Chicken. And do this for me, even though they've taken my cup down. What?
Hey! See? Gets a laugh every time.
Would you sign and put your dental impression on this cup for us?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. Annie Bloom, we'll be right back. Yeah, stay tuned. Very funny man, Bobby Cosby coming. A compulsive gambler, you may have caught his act at Bally's in Las Vegas. Let's say hello to funny man Bobby Cosby.
Well, thanks a lot. Oh, the audience is looking at me, or your eyes are saying, I bet comedy's not the only thing he does. Truth is, I also work as a bodyguard for people who don't take their lives seriously. Well, that's why I'm a comedian, because no one would ever hire me. Do you believe that? I'm not what the boss had in mind. They didn't think I had that employee of the month look on my face. I used to go for interviews. You know what they used to say to me? They used to say they didn't know what they didn't want until they saw it. Now they know what they don't want. Has anyone ever been turned down for a job? They say too much experience, too little experience. Do you know what they used to say to discourage me? They used to say to me, instead of hiring me, they would rather work harder. Ooh. I've got visions of knocking on the Alamo door 100 years ago. 10,000 Mexicans, 50 cowboys. I knock on the Alamo door, and they go, nah, we've got enough guys. I didn't hear the introduction. Dick, did you tell them I once worked on a farm for gifted animals? They had a chicken that not only was able to lay eggs, but also make home fries and work a cash register. You know who's got a good job? George Bush has a good job. You think he's going to do a good job, though? Do you think he'll ever get rid of pollution? You figure by the year 2000 we'll wake up to birds coughing? Cock-a-doodle. And the drug problem is difficult, huh? Driving through a crack neighborhood, is that dangerous or not, huh? Stop at a red light, this animal comes to my window, wants to know if I want to buy anything. I knew I was in trouble. His girlfriend's name was Felony with an I. Told him I wasn't interested, he didn't listen to me, pulls me out of the car, takes my best sweater, rips the sleeves off, and at gunpoint forced me to buy it back as a vest and leg warmers. Wow, I don't trust him. I just saw George Bush on TV tonight. You know what he said? He's trying to separate everything Reagan did from what he claims he knows. George Bush said, as far as he knows, the United States government had nothing to do with selling the arms to Iran. Oh, yeah. Said as far as he knows, a heavy metal rock station gave them away. And Khomeini was the 10th caller. I don't know what you people do for a living. I don't know if pain is a big part of your job, but I applaud if you've seen this. There's a guy who kicks a football barefoot professionally. Have you ever seen that? Applaud if you've seen it. Applaud if you're sitting near someone who's seen that. He kicks a football. The guy walks across a frozen football field in Denver barefoot. Do you figure he's into pain or not? Yes or no? Yeah. Figure when he plays baseball. He says, never mind that bat. I'll just use my arm. You think he bobs for lobsters? You think when he sits in the sun, instead of sunblock, he uses barbecue sauce? Do you think he stops his car like Fred Flintstone by sticking his foot out the door? I just met Hulk Hogan in the elevator in the lobby. This guy's 6'9", 310 pounds. So I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. The more I look at him, the more upset I get. Do you know what I'm saying? The more it makes me realize his mother took being pregnant a lot more seriously than my mother. I get the feeling his mother was drinking protein shakes. My mother was partying till she puked. Friends wouldn't laugh. Oh, I'll tell you something, though. It's just so weird. I mean, I didn't hear the introduction. Dick, did you tell them in 1956, during the Hungarian Revolution, I was separated from my parents for 3 years? And there was no reason for it? Because we were living in San Diego at the time. I said, that can't be right. Oh, no way. Did you people read a year ago some kids in Los Angeles turned their parents in for drugs? Did you read that? Yeah. Did you think that was good or bad? Yeah. Thought it was good, you thought it was bad. All right. Because I did something I'm not proud of, and I don't want you to think less of me. Okay. What I did was I planted drugs on my parents and called the police and had them arrested. Anyway, I'll see you over there.
Kosser. Ah, Bobby. Speaking of, yeah,
Great.
I love those suspenders that you've got on there. And it's, they look, what are those? Are those metal suspenders?
They're metal-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a Christmas present. Do you like them?
If you had much hair on your chest, you couldn't wear that without a shirt, could you? Those are great. You know, we were talking a little bit beforehand. We didn't get time to finish a little story, but you had mentioned that you had met Michael Jackson at some point out here in Los Angeles.
I just met Michael Jackson. I was a foot away. I was as close to him as I am to you. And this guy is, I don't know if they agree. He's weird looking. Do you agree with me? I'm a foot away from Michael Jackson. I said to him, Michael Jackson, Michael, Mickey, are you getting too much porcelain in your diet? And he says he's bad. Do you think he's bad? Ladies, if your car was parked in a bad neighborhood, would you say, Michael, you look bad? Would you walk me to my car? Maybe we'll run into a dancing street gang. You'll know what to do. Oh, yeah.
Bobby, you travel around a lot. You know, what part of the country do you like? What's your favorite part?
I like the South a lot.
Do you?
The airlines are a problem, though.
What's the problem?
Well, you know what it is? I've read this little thing. I don't know if anyone's been traveling. I think they're taking advantage of us in the airlines. Do you agree with me? Yeah. They don't? I mean, I knew we were in trouble. As soon as we got on the airplane, the stewardesses fed us immediately. And then they left before the plane took off. And they're serving snacks now. Do you know what they're serving as snacks? Is it not peanuts, right? You said peanuts? No. These little boxes of raisins. Can you see these ones? So small that it looks like it would take a jeweler to put raisins in a box this small. Feast fit for an anorexic. Do you agree with me or not? Oh, yes. That in an ice cube and you're on your way. And...
Well, Bobby, I'll tell you what, we'll call ahead and try to get your travel agent to get you on a little better seat there in the future, all right?
I'm starved with 30,000 feet up and forced to embarrass myself in front of everyone.
You've got to do this for me. Sign a cup, put your Denmark on it, and do it for me. All right, Bobby Kosser, you're my man.
All right.
Coming up, Kenneth Mars, Police Academy. Someone just handed me a card of next week's guest. This is unbelievable. Next week, we've got John Aston on from the Addams Family. He's going to be with.
What movie was
We've
your
also got
favorite
Ralph
movie?
Boxey, the famed animator. You know the guy that does
go to
Fritz
the
the
movie
Cat.
theater, and I mean, you want to make sure that you can see as many. What did you like?
Wait a minute, hold it. There's a little disturbance in some of the crowd. Hold it, who is this? Wait a minute. Hey, we're trying to do.
Excuse me.
Folks, wait a minute, hold it. It's comedic, funny man Woody Allen.
No,
Woody, come on down here.
Stage, very nice to see you.
How are you?
Gosh. Woman there had a plethora of terrific films that she didn't tell me any of them.
I'm so speechless.
Great to see you. I got to tell you, it's
terrific
to see you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Allen. May I call you Mr. Allen?
No, absolutely.
What are you doing here?
Well, actually, I got to tell you, I hang out in the audience over there because, you know, you're a master of the one-liner, Dick. You know, you're terrific, and you know, I got to tell you, you know, I've been sitting out there snitching material from you, you know, and I love the food, and except for the pancakes, they were terrible. But I got to tell you, though, really, you're terrific. You know
well, thank you. Well, let me ask you one quick thing. The Oscars have been announced, and they're coming up here real soon. I know that's kind of a touchy thing. What do you think about the Oscars?
I can't believe the Oscars. They're a travesty. They're a travesty of a mockery of a sham, of a mockery of a travesty of two mockeries of a sham. I mean, you know, the fact is that they didn't even acknowledge the brilliant performing restraint of Mr. Corey Feldman, Mr. Corey Haim, Licensed to Drive. Incredible performance.
I'm surprised you're so concerned. I'd always heard you spend, like, Oscar night in New York at Michael's Pub playing the clarinet.
Well, actually, I have to admit, that's a myth, because really what I do is we just hang out at the apartment, you know, with Tony Roberts and Max von Sydow. We sort of, you know, hunker down there, and of course Mia brings us, you know, tray after tray of Brew 102 and some gobs of tasty cakes. So
it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Enjoy myself. As a matter of fact, unfortunately it's not going to be a very interesting Oscar year this year because, you know, Mia's going to be out of town, and you know, Max is out there in, you know, Hollywood for the Oscars for that Pele, that soccer movie, and you know, so I don't know, but I'll tell you something. You know, it's a great idea. What about you and Scooter and I just heading out over to the you know, the Hi Hat Lounge? You know, we can, you know, start getting some you know, shooters of tequila, and maybe, you know, scam on the babes over there, and who knows? I mean, I know this great strip joint. You know, we can throw in a double sawbuck there.
Let me check my schedule on that. I appreciate the offer.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Let me change the subject just a moment on you, because like you are a guy who has mastered every dramatic medium, everything. I don't know what could be next for you.
Well, actually, it's interesting. I'm currently working on a film retrospective of Billy the Kid, and it's called The Kickapoo Captives. And also, actually, I've been investigating a new medium personally that I'm very sort of intrigued by, and it's a work in progress. I've actually brought a film clip.
Really? What's the name?
Around. Well, it's called Ek, better known as Existential Kukla.
Well, all right.
So
can we see that, Brad? Let's roll. Let's take a look at that.
The city was like a big simile, a vast metaphor for all of the symbols that it represented. I can't believe my fiancé would sleep with my partner. The guy looks like a cross between Heinrich Himmler and Lamb Chop. Relax, Max. She's just a sock. You'll get over her. Like they'd like to tear out her stuffing and sell her to a Cossack with sweaty feet. Settle down, here she comes. Excuse me, do you mind if I ask, are you sleeping with my partner? Because if you are, I'd like to make an obscure joke about Kierkegaard and a dwarf.
Well, yes, I am.
You are? Excuse me a minute.
Here, just take that. How silly! That big club is such an obvious Freudian symbol for male aggression.
Well, do you think so? It's interesting that you'd actually say that, because what it actually represents is a big wooden stick. My analyst says I should stop internalizing hostility in my relationships and instead pummel my enemies with a mallet. You see, it's... Relax, Max. Go back to writing jokes. People like you better when you're funny.
That's wonderful. Yes, Mr. Thank you very much, Mr. Woody Allen on CampMidnite. Thank you very much. All right. Man. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's nice. Well, let's get another guest on here, because I'm sure you'll recognize my next guest from his memorable roles in The Producer, Young Frankenstein, and What's Up, Doc, and Radio Days, a Woody Allen thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please greet Kenneth Mars. Oh, Kenneth, boy.
Hi, Dick.
Well, how are you?
I'm terrific. I'm terrific. Woody never looks so good.
What, you said, Woody, you saw Woody? Yeah.
Doesn't success agree with a guy like that? I mean, it's fantastic. Yeah, he looks 20 years younger.
Really? You were in a Woody Allen movie.
Yeah, I was. I was in Radio Days. I played the rabbi. You say people recognize me, but usually they don't recognize me. I was wearing a beard and the whole thing. You may remember the scene where we're beating the hell out of this kid. It's a very funny scene.
It is. He was collecting money for the synagogue, and he spent it on something, didn't he?
That's right.
And his parents brought him to you, and you beat him.
That's right. The parents bring the kid in to report that the kid has stolen money from the collection box, and so I say, "How could you do a thing like that?" And they give him a whack, you know. and the mother says, "Don't you beat this child. If anybody corrects this child, I correct this child." And she's whacking him. And then the father whacks him, and we're all whacking him. Well, there's something very funny about beating up a child, not for real. But there's something kind of funny about it. In fact, Groucho Marx once said a very funny thing about comedy. He said, to an amateur audience, you dress a man up in an old lady's outfit. He crosses the street, a car hits him, he goes up in the air, and he falls down flat, and everybody finds that very funny. But for a professional audience, it has to be a real old woman. But anyway, we're whacking this kid out, you know, just pretend. And he's wearing a leather jacket, and when you hit it, it makes a great sound, you know. But we're getting such a kick out of it, and not thinking about the kids' reaction to this, that he started, I went over to him, put my arm around him. I said, we're not hurting you, are we? We really don't want to hurt you. When you see this in the picture, it's going to be hysterical. You'll love it. So meanwhile, I feel somebody pulling my arm off. And let me tell you, first of all, that Woody is a wonderful, wonderful man with children. He loves children, he has his own, and he's just terrific with kids, including the kid who was in the picture. But anyway, I'm giving him this whole song and dance about, you know, how we don't want to hurt him and so forth. And Woody pulls me aside, and he says, forget it, they're a dime a dozen. Oh, marvelous. He's wonderful.
You've done so many great things, and there's a long list of stuff that you've done. What are you up to now? What are you doing today?
Well, I just finished two projects. Police Academy 6, count them, 6.
Uh-oh.
And also Get Smart Again, which is all of those people from the series. And it's a TV movie. It'll be on the end of the month, I think the 26th, something like that. Anyway, I did what the late Ed Platt did. I played what is basically the chief, but they call it the commander in the TV movie. And it was just wonderful working with all those people, because that was a very funny series.
Is Don Adams a crazy guy off the cammer also?
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, it's this great wacky wardrobe of flying jackets and all of this stuff. You never knew what persona he would, you know, be wearing that day. He's a very funny guy, you know.
Another funny guy you've worked with that I love is Martin Mull.
Oh, Marty, yeah.
Remember the show Fernwood Tonight?
Fernwood Tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
Do you remember that?
And you did a great character on that show.
Yeah, I used to play a character called William W.D. Bud Price. And I played the guy with underbite like this here, and was undergoing chinadoncha from my best friend and Cletus Emmett Wilwalker, because in 7 years when the chin come back, was going to propose to Donna Shore, crazy for her. Anyway, I made up this whole thing, you know, with the chinadoncha, and I got a golf wiffle ball, and I sawed it in half, and I got my daughter's old unused orthodontic gear, and I rubber banded this thing to the headpiece. And I did the character and so forth. Well, my daughter's orthodontist called me up one day, and he says, I want you to come down because I want to take some pictures of you in your chinadoncha gear. I said, why is that? He said, because I make one just like it. I thought I had made this up, and it actually existed.
There are no new ideas.
That's right, absolutely.
That's it. Yeah.
Absolutely, and as I always say, that's the fun of being an actor, because no matter what you can imagine, somebody, somewhere is doing it. So I sent all this material, you know, that I got from the orthodontist to Norman Lear, who was the producer of the show. I said, well, there you are. Truth is indeed stranger than fiction. As I sit here writing this, I realize it is not a question of whether, but of how many men are at this moment sewing their foreskins to their knees.
All right, okay. We're okay on foreskin? We're okay on foreskin.
That sounds dirty, but it isn't.
Yeah. Kenneth, good luck to you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
I want you to sign up for it. All right? There you go. Take a little bite out of it. Yeah, take a bite of that if you would. Coming up, details on our fabulous Camp Midnight.
CampMidnite. We'll be right back. Hey, you're a dog. You can't talk. Defies every convention of natural reality. Ow, ow, ow. It bites me in the head. Ow. It bit my head. Ow.
Well, when you start dabbling in the high-tech field of Chroma Key, that incidentally every weatherman has done in every local town across America, there's always a chance to step one step further, and so that is why I'm wearing tonight the totally Chroma Key suit. Here it is right here. Something I'd like to try to get into clothing stores all over the place, because you can dress and feel just exactly like you feel at the moment. Matter of fact, Brad, our director, go ahead and fire this baby up. Here we go. Hey! What do you think? The fight, what? Yeah, Elvis in Hawaii, huh? Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Little hot flame on the thing. Ooh, isn't this one? Oh, a little indigestion on this one, yeah. Okay, 1960s, hello. But anyway, ooh. That's wonderful. Well, let's take this suit right on over here and see if this thing will walk. Yes, it actually will. Now, careful now, because as I step in front of here, it is only the dickhead remains. All right. You know, oh, this suit's a little tight. I think I just popped something. You know, we've got a neat thing to do here. This is kind of the first one of these kind of things that we've done, and please pay no attention to this head, all right? Along with the, got a little contest for you loyal CampMidnite viewers to celebrate the home video release of the terrific movie Midnight Run. Whoa, we're going to send a lucky viewer and a guest on CampMidnite's run. Matter of fact, don't we have a clip of this? Can we watch this, or is this what we have, Brad? Is this what we want to do here on this? Okay, is that it? All right, let me tell you how you can do this. Here's all you have to do. Send a postcard with your name, age, address, and phone number on it to us, and send it to Camp Midnight Run Sweepstakes, USA's Camp Midnight, P.O. Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978. We'll be drawing a winner out of the big CampMidnite laundry basket at some point and making sure it's real fair. And we'll get that winner. Maybe it'll be you. Don Pardo, tell them what they've won.
Dick, what are you talking about?
You never know where Don Pardo will be. I just thought I'd try it. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to give some lucky stiff a trip for two to anywhere in the United States. That is including Alaska and Hawaii. So send these cards to us. We'll have a drawing. Let me give you the really quick, boring details on this. Round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations for a week, and bus transfers if you need them. The winner will be drawn here on CampMidnite on March 31st. Entries must be postmarked no later than March 14th, 1989, and the winner must be 18 years of age or older. Void where prohibited by law. Okay. You know, the very sight of Robert De Niro carrying Charles Grodin in a poster makes me famished. And the food is here. Yeah. Well, how are you?
Very good.
Please say hello to, remember Ernie? We talked to him on the phone earlier. Ernie Grossblatt. Yeah. Hello. Amber's Chicken Kitchens. Where are these these places?
All over the San Fernando Valley.
All right.
Out here in Los Angeles.
This looks like great food. Give me a shot of that, and while we're looking, tell me how you can make great-looking food like this.
I think you're going to love it. It's a special cooking process that seals in the natural juices. It prevents it from getting oily or greasy, so it's dry on the outside, crisp and juicy on the inside. And the potatoes are indecent. That's a big russet potato. A big russet potato with no breading, no batter, and it's cooked with the chicken. It comes out with a natural crust.
All right.
And we make everything.
Looks delicious. Well, we'll look forward. Our audience will be falling face forward into these trays here very soon. Ernie, thank you for bringing this on. We appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Amber's Chicken Kitchen. Well, it's time now also, while we dine, it is time for our network stipulation video. And this week, it is by former Eagle and pal of Don Johnson, Glenn Fry, and it's called Livin' Right. Now, for a change of pace, our video question this week will come at the end of this video. So watch closely, and here we go, right on the old Chroma Key suit.
5, 6.
Hi, I need your help. I want to start working out. I don't know if I can start today, because you see, I have this party and...
Wow-wee. Man, oh man, oh man. Glenn Fry, Livin' Right. Our network stipulation video. Now, our question for you this evening. Is, where the heck is that aerobics place? And who are those women? We've got some loin-driven segment producers that decided to lose weight while that was on. So send that to us, all right? If you know where that is, that's great. We'll be back in just a minute. Everybody happy? Everybody's eating? It's wonderful. Famed actor Michael J. Pollard coming up on Camp Midnight. Well, Scooters, I felt like Ted Koppel there for just a minute, Scooter. A quick question for you as our audience finishes some more of their wonderful Amber's chicken. Do you know the difference between roasting and broasting? I've never been able to figure that out.
No, but is it the same difference between Martinizing and Simonizing?
Hello? Dick! Oh, I'm sorry. Are you doing your little show? I'm sorry.
Oh, folks, look, it's my neighbor Louise.
Hello.
By the way,
hi.
We're on the 5th floor here at Camp Midnight, and Louise is awfully tall. Louise?
Dick,
Yeah.
Dick, I need to borrow a bunt pan. It's Nathan's birthday, and I'm making a tunnel of fudge cake.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
Louise, I may have that, but hang on a minute. I mean, I've just introduced you to my friends here. Maybe you should tell us, how tall are you?
Well, I'm 47 feet tall. But I don't let it get in my way.
How did you get that tall, Louise?
Oh, how you do love this. Well, let me see. My family's always been big. My mother was very tall. Of course, there was the time that a meteor landed in my front yard and I was bitten by a member of the undead, but, you know, it's hard to know. Go figure. Nathan, stop.
Was that your kids? You've got kids, don't you?
Well, yes, I have Nathan and Dina. One's a behemoth and one's normal. Nathan, if you suck on it, it'll bleed. Well, don't you make that face at me, young man. Kids, you know. Do you have unsweetened baking chocolate, too?
I don't know, Louise. Scooter does all the cooking around here. I'll have to check with him. If he does, I'll have him send it over. Well, tell us a little bit more about what your life's like. Well, being that tall.
You know, it's hard on a day-to-day basis. It's very hard to buy pantyhose, but I think that's more because I'm particular about color and texture. You know. Nathan, don't suck on it! Yes.
It sounds like you're having a little trouble with the kids there. You better take care of it. And when you're leaving, watch out for those electrical high-tension wires that are over there also, okay?
Oh, we have a little thing that sounds dirty. It's booger.
No, that's not it. You're missing the point a little bit.
Oh, how about sex? Oh, no, that is dirt. Oh, no. This is a fun show.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Louise. Well, and we'll see you later, okay? I'll come over later and bring whatever I've got.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. There she goes. Louise, my 47-foot-tall neighbor. Our next guest has been appearing in hit films for the last 20 years, from Bonnie and Clyde to Roxanne and Scrooged. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael J. Pollard. Right. There you go, right there. Let me get an ashtray up here too. I got something here for you. Here we go. Black ashtray, is that all right there? Let me slip that right in there. Oh, Dick Clark is the executive producer. He's up counting the money here. Let me help you with this. This is a. Let me. Ooh, that does feel nice. It is great. Thanks. That really is cashmere, isn't it?
Yeah. So?
Well, Michael, you know, it's good to see you back in so many films now. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You've done quite a few of them. Saw you in Roxanne. Remember Roxanne? Was that fun, doing Roxanne? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was neat. Steve Martin was nice.
Is he?
Yeah, Daryl Hannah.
All you guys that played the firemen were like, it was all a bunch of comedians. Was that a problem? Everybody trying to push their own ideas in?
Well, it was funny every day, yeah. Yeah.
You know, you were in a lot of shows, of course, Bonnie and Clyde in the 60s.
I was the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then now you're in movies now. I lost you in the 70s. Where did you go?
70s? New Jersey.
A lot of people have been lost. Did you spend some time in Europe here a while back? A lot of time. Do you like Europe?
Europe's very nice.
Where do you go?
I went to Live Aid, you know, with all those musicians and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you in? Did they get you up on stage?
No, we were shooting a movie. I was shooting a movie, Dennis Hopper, right down the street. Mm-hmm. So it was right next door. So I went, you know, sat next to Charles and Diana.
Oh, did you? Come on. You sat next to the royalty?
Yeah.
What did they talk about?
I don't know, but when they got up to leave, like 80,000 people got up to leave, so I got up to leave too.
So what do you do? What have you been doing since 1989 started? What kind of things you working on?
Is it the Valley?
It must be. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I don't know where it is. Did you really?
Yeah, North Hollywood.
What was that like?
Nice.
Yeah. You know, I've noticed, I've only seen Van Nuys Boulevard out here. It's all pawn shops and things like this. Is that what the Valley is?
No, Van Nuys, I got that King's. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a plug. It's a cowboy store, huh?
Do you wear cowboy fashions?
I used to in the 60s.
And then what happened?
Well, no, I don't anymore. When I wore,
Now you're into the black stuff.
Yeah. I'm doing this movie with Madonna now.
Oh, come on. A movie with Madonna? Which one is that? Which one?
Dick Tracy.
I've heard about that. Warren Beatty's doing that, isn't he? You were like a driver for him early in your career, weren't you?
Yeah, I got nominated, everything.
When
My feet aren't touching the thing here.
Yeah, see, some of the other... Can we get a shot of that? This is, Michael's one of the first people that have been able to kick their feet on our bench. Usually people roll stuff out for you, but we're a little different with our Chroma Key technology here tonight.
It's a neat show.
Dick Tracy will be out. What part do you play in that?
Bugsy. They're gonna like dye my hair yellow and give me these big ears and stuff.
Just one other quick question. What's Madonna like? You know, they got a divorce here. She and Sean. Who was responsible for that, huh?
Oh, wait a minute. Make a phone call. I don't know.
Is she okay? Is she friendly?
Madonna?
Madonna?
Yeah. I guess. I never met her.
Michael J.
Pollard.
We really didn't have a lot of questions. You're just such a legend. We wanted to come and look at you here tonight. So we've done that, and thanks for being on the show. Oh, thank you. All right. Let me get that for you. All right. CampMidnite on the USA Network. Boy, I tell you, we're promoting this great contest that you need to send in a little opportunity to win a trip to anywhere in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. And it's all about this Midnight Run movie that's just been released for home video. Let's see that. Can we see a clip of this thing and kind of refresh our memories on this movie?
Men.
I love to travel by train.
Where are they going?
You'll find out when we get there.
Why is everyone trying to kill them?
That's your personality?
And who's Mosley?
Alonzo Mosley, FBI.
Alonzo Mosley, FBI.
Alonzo Mosley, FBI.
Robert De Niro, Charles Grodin.
You think we lost him? Oh, I'm sure we're completely safe.
Midnight Run, rated R.
Yeah. If you want to go on CampMidnite's Midnight Run, send a card with your name, address, agent, phone number to CampMidnite, P.O. Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we have continued, starting and continuing with trying to forecast the fads that are going across the nation. We call it the next big thing. And a couple of weeks ago, we decided here in the audience that wearing orthodontic headgear for no apparent reason was the next big fad to streak across this nation. As a matter of fact, I've got a picture that has been sent in showing just how popular this has become. Can we take a look at bank teller? I think we've got bank teller Yvonne Rogers, who has depositors drooling over her fashionable French imported headgear. Window 10 now becomes a transactional turmoil whenever Yvonne slips into her Le Gear du Noggin. And isn't she beautiful on that? And just to show you that the stars have also picked up on our next big thing, let's take a look at our former guest here earlier in the evening, Annie Bloom, as Annie gets into the next big thing. And isn't she beautiful there? Isn't she beautiful? You know, our next guest on CampMidnite is standing to my left here with a table full of neat stuff. And if he wasn't such a good friend with Muhammad Ali, I'd knock him down and take all that neat stuff. But let's say hello and see what he's got. Sports memorabilia collector Harlan Werner. Come on over here. How are you? let's squeeze behind this table just a moment, because you've got some great stuff here. Harlan, you're a young guy. You're not real old. When did you start collecting all of this stuff?
About 7 years ago, I started collecting, and these mementos were given to me by the athletes, so last couple of years I started collecting the jerseys and the basketballs.
Well, I've got to ask you, and we'll take a look and see what you got here. I don't understand. I've walked up to athletes before after a ball game, and they've walked right on by me. How do you break the ice with these guys and then ask them for their shirts?
Well, since they work for me in my other company, that I represent professional athletes, it just kind of fits in where they feel that it would be a nice gift to give me, a nice Christmas gift or something.
When you say they work for you, we better explain that a little bit more. What do you do? Come on, come up here. I feel like I'm talking back to my neighbor, my 47-foot neighbor. Here we go.
Well, I line them up for endorsements, speaking engagements, put them on commercials, movie deals, that type of thing.
All right. Well, that's great. Well, let's see who you got. What do you got up front here?
Well, the first jersey here is Sparky Anderson, 1976 World Series shirt.
All right.
And that's worth about $1,000 for a shirt.
Where do people trade these things? Do you set up conventions and things? People will trade the things?
There's conventions that go on around the country every weekend, and I've promoted about 40 of them myself. Really? So I tend to move some of the stuff now and then.
What else do you sell at these conventions?
Baseball cards, autographs, movie memorabilia, collectibles.
You know, the baseball card phenomena, has that just come on us in the last few years? We were mentioning earlier that it seems like in my neighborhood, 2 or 3 baseball card shops have popped up out of nowhere. Is this the hot thing now?
Well, I don't know if it's the hot thing. There's probably 100 stores in California, and they're on every street corner. So I guess somebody's making some money.
What's the most expensive baseball card that you've traded at one of your conventions?
I sold a card for $10,000 a couple of years ago.
Remember what it was?
It was a Mickey Mantle card.
Yeah.
And there's a card now that was just found that's the only one in existence, and the guy's asking $1 million for it.
Ooh.
Well, that's kind of outrageous, but he was offered $250,000 for it, so for a piece of paper.
Well, what do you got here? That's the Dodgers, huh?
It's a guy's name is Lindstrom. It's from 1932, and yeah, Freddie Lindstrom.
See, did you know? Did you know him? All right, then what'd you holler it out for? No, Freddie Lindstrom. Okay, who we got here?
This is a Sandy Koufax uniform.
Sandy.
That's autographed, and he gave that to me after we set up a poster deal.
Yeah. All right, Harlan. Okay, and this is a little different. We're getting out of the baseball world now. What do we got here?
This is from Muhammad Ali.
Uh-oh.
And on the front here, it's autographed.
What's this say?
To Harlan from Muhammad Ali. Love is the heart, where love is the net where hearts are caught like fish. So,
if I wanted to buy this from you, how much do you think?
I would never sell this.
It's priceless to you. How did you get to know Muhammad Ali? I mean, how did this happen?
I did a promotion with him a couple years ago, and he liked me, and he said, "Kid, stick with me. I'll take care of you."
What's he doing these days? Where is he?
He's making 250 appearances worldwide. He's building water wells in Africa. He's just running around everywhere.
What do you got up here? What is this, right? Who is this?
This is a baseball that Sandy Koufax signed to me 4 years ago, and this was the first thing he ever signed for me before he knew me, and since then he's signed over 4,000 baseballs for me. So.
Isn't he getting tired of 4,000? And the 2 basketballs are from what?
These are the 2 back-to-back Laker championships.
Yeah! All right, Harlan, good luck to you. I understand you've bought a pretty good car from all this stuff, so if you ever need... I was a good track guy. I used to triple jump a track, so if you need me to make an appearance, just call me. I'm pretty cheap.
Well, they said you finished in last too many times, Dick.
Well,
so.
Okay, that's a problem.
Okay.
Harlan Werner, good luck. Thank you. There you go. Harlan Werner, back in a minute. my next guest is a Canadian rocker who's been playing the blues guitar on the road since he was the tender age of 13. His debut album, and I've got it right here, Colin James, has reached nearly double platinum sales in Canada. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin James to sing the blues.
I got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. I got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. And these evil-hearted women, Lord, man, they just can't stand to leave me be. Well, but there ain't but one thing, baby, 'cause Colin James a drink. I've been thinking about the way you're treating me, baby. I began to think, oh, baby, your love don't mean a thing. I get the blues so bad when you call Mrs. So-and-so's name. Oh, Mrs. So-and-so. Don't you wanna go? I'm got trouble. You seen all my worried mind. Well, I just can't keep satisfied. Just can't keep from crying. I know my baby, she's gonna jump and shout when that train comes in and I come walking out. Said trouble. It's been on my worried mind. Well, I just can't keep satisfied, just can't keep from crying.
Right there. Now, I'm going to get something here in just a minute. Let me have this just a minute. Ah, Colin, look at this. What a great piece of machinery here. How old is this?
Isn't that a beauty? That's 1930s.
Is it really?
National steel guitar.
Man, oh man. That's a heavy thing, too.
It is. It's all metal.
God golly. That's great. Well, what, tell me about this song that you just did. This was something...
See, on my record, I do like a lot of... I'll go from pop to rock and roll to more bluesy stuff. What happened to me was Stevie Ray Vaughan picked me up when I was about 17 or 18, took me down to the States, and I toured with Stevie Ray when I was... And that really helped me out, because I come from the middle of the prairies in Saskatchewan. Also, kind of music like this isn't exactly the most... It is more so now.
That's what I wonder. Yeah, how did you, a 13-year-old, how did you get the blues so early? Was it like a bad gym class or what? I mean,
it was... I had a leftover from a previous life.
You must be. Ooh, that's hot. Some hot licks there on that thing.
No, seriously. Yeah, it's just the music that I find has a lot of, it's got a lot of soul and emotion in it, You know, I mean,
Well, Canada, the Juno Awards are coming up pretty quick, and you've been nominated a number of times here.
yeah,
huh?
I got a couple awards I'm nominated for there, so.
Those are like the equivalent to the Grammys here in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
The Junos in Canada?
Yeah, we just played France and played London and stuff like that, so.
Man. What's the audience like over there? Did they get into? They get into it, didn't they? Over there?
Oh yeah, we're touring Russia in June, and we're touring Denmark and playing Italy and stuff like that, so.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I see you did some touring with Stevie Winwood also recently?
Yeah, we just did Keith Richards.
Yeah, and Keith Richards?
Yeah. Steve was a great guy. So was we just backed up Keith Richards through and Little Feat down south, and you know George up to Boston and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Well, did they influence you at all? You know, in your playing, or where did the early influences come for you?
Well, a tune like that, for instance, is Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters. Yeah. I mean, I just love that. I love that stuff. On my album, I can't really do a lot of that stuff, so it's so nice I can come to a thing like this and do it. But
double platinum in Canada.
Yeah, we got about a quarter million records worldwide right now, so we're pretty happy. This is my first record, so.
Oh, not a bad start. Not bad. Well, Colin, I'll tell you what, I don't know. Do they have styrofoam cups in Canada?
Yes, and they're destroying the ozone layer.
Are they? Well, let's destroy a little bit more. Well, could you sign one and just put a little dental impression on us? We could put it on our Cup Wall of Fame.
A dental impression?
Yeah, just kind of bite the edge of it there. We'd love to have you do it. Colin James, let's hear it for him on Canada. There we go. All right. Let me remind you this, because I want one of you to win that trip to anywhere in the United States, Alaska and Hawaii included, on our Midnight Run Sweepstakes contest here at Camp Midnight. So send a card. There's the address, Midnight Run Sweepstakes, USA Camp Midnight, Post Office Box 189, Hollywood, California, 978. Put your name, address, age, and phone number on it for you, and we will be drawing on March 31st on the air. Entries must be postmarked no later than next Tuesday, the 14th. So do that for us, and we'll get you somewhere in the U.S., and you'll love it. Thank you, our guests tonight. We had a great time with Annie Bloom, Bobby Cosser, Kenneth Mars, Michael J. Pollard, Harlan Warner, Colin James. Next week, John Astin from the Addams Family, and Ralph Bakshi, the animator. See ya.